Alright, so yeah, I guess I'm going to do a video on these supernovas because I've been liking this mech a lot. Oh, so I guess I should start off with saying like what this game is. I don't think I've posted any videos of this game on my channel, so this is a MechWarrior Online, and I have like way too many hours in this game, and I spend real money on it because I'm stupid. So I spent $20 on the Supernova pack here. Anyway, the this is my favorite one, the SMV one, and I kind of just want to go over like some of the builds and kind of like what I think about this mech, and then I'm going to end it off with like showing some footage of a match I had in this one. So we'll just like get started and look at this build. So this is just a really plain like 6 large laser build, which is which I've seen a few builds like this, and I think this is pretty much like the common configuration. I've seen some people like I've done this too, like push the you can get 32 heat sinks in here. I've only got 30 because I've taken a one off to get the targeting computer because it gives you a pretty good bonus of you can see the bonuses there. You get different zoom bonuses you kind of need because you're playing from long range of this, and you've got beam range 4%, which is pretty big on uh, a weapon that has like 750-meter range. And then you've got critical chances, which are nice to have. Anyway, uh, this is pretty much similar to like the default build, except we've got an XL engine here, and that gets us to 62.9 kph with speed tweak. It works out pretty good. The seat efficiency might seem kind of hot, but it's really not. Like the heat goes down really fast with 30 heat sinks. All you gotta do is make sure that you don't alpha strike because you will overheat, and you might die. So that's the main thing. I have a large laser range module, and I just put it rated after information. I don't have a whole lot of modules. I'd usually share them on mechs, but you could probably go for a cooldown module on this. It could handle the heat, you know. I don't have one though. I'm not gonna buy one. I don't have enough C-bills. Uh, anyway, so that's that one. I like this one a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna show some gameplay footage of it. Um, yeah, there's not too much to say about it. It's really simple to play. All you really have to do is sit out in the back and kind of just laser anything that moves. Really, you're gonna put if you play this mech right, it's the main damage dealer of the team. Like it does so much damage, and you're suppressing like the enemy completely. They can't really do much to you from if as long as they don't get too close to you. But even when they're close, like you can still put out so much damage that it kind of scares them off. 66 point alpha strike, and like that's gonna like bust right through like any mech that comes near you. Really, it's a ton. Um. Anyway, the so I've got a standard pack, so I got 3 of these. The other one that I like is the 3. This one's kind of cool because you can run a standard engine, so which means if you lose a side torso, you still have like all of your mobility and your heat efficiency. So that's really nice. Well, you do lose like half your heat sinks, depending on what side you lose. Which I should have this over here. So the neat thing about this one is that if you just lose the left side, you still have. Oh man, I took off some of my large lasers. I share all of my weapons because I don't have a ton of them. Anyway, so yeah, this one it's a similar 6 large laser build. The neat thing with this one is that if you lose the left side, you still have 5 large lasers and most of your heat sinks. And yeah, so when you lose a Clan XL side torso, instead of dying like the Intersphere, you lose like 40% of your heat efficiency. So that's pretty bad on these. So normally if you lost a side torso on the one, you only have 3 large lasers left, and you can't really fire them. Like you can fire them maybe twice, and you're probably gonna overheat and die. But yeah, this one's pretty fun. It doesn't really put like It doesn't have the same raw damage output as the as SMV1. Like for one, it doesn't have the duration quirk that the SMV1 does, but it's nearly got. It's got 29 double heat sinks. That's really close to the 30 that you get in the SMV1. Plus, well, the really real downside here is that you have to use the 300 engine instead of 325, so you're slower. So that's one thing. But you'll see it probably in the gameplay. You don't really have to move around that much of this thing, and soon they're gonna buff slower engines pretty much. Well, it's kind of like a thing where your acceleration, deceleration right now is kind of determined by your engine size. So they're kind of gonna change that so that it's determined by your tonnage. So this one should get stronger in the future, I'd say. And my last one is my Supernova A, which this I wouldn't recommend running this. I did do pretty good in it. I think I got like 800 damage one game, like 1,000 the next game, but it's really not built for it. Like you don't have like any. This one has the ERPC quirks. The A does not. You might build this on the 3. That might work pretty good. But the A, I pretty much did that because I didn't want to run missiles anymore. Not saying that it's not viable. Like, it's actually what you want to do with that mech. But I just got kind of bored of it. But, it's kind of like whatever you want to do. I'll show you what the real build would be on this. So normally, this thing comes with Artemis, which is neat. You just get 4 LRM-20s with Artemis. And you get the XL325 engine. I took it off the one just now, but kind of need it. And you just kind of need like 4 backup weapons. Oh yeah, I guess this is where I'll say something I kind of forgot to say on the other ones. I tend to take off the jump jet on these because they weigh 2 tons, and like really, like they most of the time with this mech, you're not gonna move it around too much. You're kind of better off investing it in heat sinks, or in this case, we're going to put it into LRM-20 ammo, or just LRM ammo. I like to run like 12 tons of it. So let me get all those on here. You kind of need it because, well, the 20s do miss a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, and really the more ammo you have, the better. You will use all of it if you stay alive long enough. But at the end of the game, you should get at least 1,000 damage with this build, and it suppresses people like crazy. And I've been killed by it. You see this one? It's probably one of the more common ones. Supernovas to see out there, and it's got 100 firepower. I mean, it's pretty nuts. Actually, a lot of people normally, what I've been seeing, they probably take off a bit of ammo and put on like 3 medium lasers and a tag. And yeah. 3 medium lasers and a tag. That seems to be the more common, actually. But you do have to sacrifice a good bit of ammo to do it. Oh, I'm forgetting one thing. I'm actually building this wrong. Sorry. You actually need, with this mech, a CAP, Clan Active Probe. It's using LERMs. You don't want to get countered by ECM. Let me just build that again so that you can see exactly what I'm using. I got 4 small lasers, 4 LRM-20s, CAP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I take off a heat sink here, 12. So I fill up all the slots. That's normally what I use. This thing's pretty crazy. The 4 small lasers for close range is pretty much enough. That's 20 damage. It's not bad. But yeah, some people like the medium lasers more because they get that more range on it. But it's actually about the same damage. So yeah, that's all of those. I guess I'm gonna do some commentary on the on my pre-recorded footage. I was not recording. Oh well. Hold on. I can save it. Thought I was screwed, but no. It records the things I've already done. So let's hit that button and then we'll move on. Yeah, save last 12 minutes. Okay. Oh man, that was scary for a second. Okay. Let's move on to commentating this match. And I'm going to try my best to sync up my audio. We'll see how. I've never tried to actually do real editing on a video, so we're going to see how this goes. It's kind of, in this video, it is kind of like a practice. I haven't really done anything like it. And yeah, it's sort of a test. I'm going to see how the reception is of it. The MechWarrior Online community, it's pretty small, but it seems like there's a lot of people that just go around and watch the videos because they like what they're seeing. I do the same thing. Like, I watch a lot of people's videos. I'm gonna start this video. This is kind of for me. At about let's see, 9 minutes. 9 minutes in, I will hit the play button now. All right, so in this match, it's on Grim Plexus, and we've got our SMV1. You might notice my chain fire groups. So we're going to take open fire on this guy. By the time he's crossed here, we've already dumped in about 130 damage into that guy. 2 alphas will do that. Anyway, so the way we fire it, the ghost heat on these it's very aggressive. If you fire more than 3 during like a half-second period, I think we did that just there. It will heat up a ton. So what we did there is popped our cool shot so we keep firing, because we kind of made a mistake. And then here I kind of slow down the rate of fire. It's kind of easier to control it, because normally you'd have to use 3 firing groups, and it's kind of unwieldy, I think, because you're not really controlling which arms you're shooting out of all the time. So it's kind of easier just to double tap one arm, then double tap the other arm, and then put them both together. Or you can do it in whatever order you want, and that kind of makes it easier to shoot. They're pretty much all located in the same spot, so you don't have to worry about which one's higher or whatever. They're all kind of low, so you are kind of exposed while you're firing. But you see, this guy cannot fight back. He's got small pulses and large pulses, and he just doesn't have the range. So you actually have to trade a lot in this thing. You have to see like who has the range to fire back at you. You have to be pretty quick at identifying other people's builds. And if you see that they cannot do sufficient damage to you to actually like stop you, you need to like stand there and you just need to shoot them. So it's actually really kind of simple as far as like playing this. It's more simple than most of the more viable builds for like any other mech. Like, I tried playing the Kodiak, and that thing's harder to use. It might have more damage output, and it might just be a more powerful mech in general, but it's harder to get in position with that thing. This thing, I think that guy was telling me to chill out on the lasers. I'm obviously not going to chill out on the lasers. I avoided shooting my urban mech there. Don't shoot your urban mechs. They don't like that. That guy's way out of range. He can't hurt me. And here we had someone behind us. Now this is kind of one of the more weaknesses of this mech. It is slow. If someone's behind you, they can really mess up your day if they shoot you in the back. Obviously, like right now I'm running cold. I haven't shot anyone in a while because this guy shot me in the back and he's pulled me off the front line. I can't even see him. He's hiding. But he gets taken out pretty soon by a teammate. Yep, there's his own balls. Now, I'm glad he killed him, but you know that guy gets murdered sometimes. But okay, it's better when he's on my team, I guess. Um, he has the same annoying playstyle as the guy he killed. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just continuing on shooting people here, and I'm gonna do this for the rest of the match. Like literally, I'm gonna stay here on this hill for most of the match. This build's really I have a lot of fun with it. I think some people might not enjoy it as much, but I really like shooting the lasers. So, you know, it's just a lot of fun. It is kind of a point and click adventure. um, but man, like it just does so much damage. It's kind of about the end screen in the end, and yeah, you'll see why I picked this game. But yeah, kill his king crab. Just kind of has an interesting build. It's always kind of fun looking back at these old games because you can see all the. Really, during a match, it's hard to look at all the little bits, like what builds other people are running. And you see a lot of weird stuff, even though I'm in Tier 1. I mean, I run joke builds all the time, but... oh, I got another one, a joke build, the UAC 20 Cheetah, which had no armor and a ton and a half of ammo. And I got a solo kill of that, and I have that on footage. So... could make another short video for that. So, at the end here, we actually do face off against some people who are kind of scary, but we're already rolling the team, so it's not really that much of a problem for us. Like this guy here with those LRMs are pretty scary because you're so slow. It's hard to avoid them. And we get a quick double kill there. But see, they're so close though. The LRMs aren't gonna help them here, so. That's kind of one of the reasons I don't like using them all that much. They're just less versatile. Like we got long range weapons, but we were just fine up close. So that's kind of the fun thing. So here's the end screen, 1600 damage. It's pretty much tied with my best game ever, which I had in the Arctic Cheetah. Man, that was a great game. I really. PGI, please nerf. I typed in there. I hope not. I hope they don't nerf this mech because I just enjoy it so much. I don't think it's really that strong. You can do a very similar build on other mechs, and really like it's so yeah. I mean, you can kind of do the same thing on a Marauder. You can kind of do a similar thing on a Warhawk even, but you use like 5 large lasers. You can do similar things on most Clan Assault mechs, including the Kodiak. The Kodiak can do it, which might be better, actually, because you can fit more heat sinks, I think. Actually, no, you probably can't. I think we're very much maxed out on heat sinks, but you can fit a bigger engine, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much it on this. Would I recommend buying this pack? I think so. Like, if you really wanna, if you're interested in kind of these play styles, because it's really only good at long range. Like that's kind of what this thing does. You want to run long range builds on it. You can run ERPPCs, you can run ER larges, and you can run LERMs, and that's pretty much what it's good at. I've seen people do like large pulse and like medium laser builds, but it just seems like once you actually try to get in that kind of range, you're kind of outclassed by a lot of other mechs in the game. And you really don't want to get into SRM range. That's really where you don't want to be. So, like, I've seen, like, Kanajoshi has a video on a 8 medium pulse standard engine 3. And you can get good damage out of it, but it's just kind of hard to pilot. Like, it seems pretty easy, right, to pilot the ER large version, but yeah, the medium pulses, you're getting in kind of some difficult territory with how slow your mech is. It kind of just does better at long range. So, you know, it's kind of like if you're interested in that kind of play style, you know, you can do that. It definitely does good on scoreboards. You definitely put out a lot of damage, and it cripples the enemy team. I think it's a good play style, but a lot of people are probably bored by it. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the Supernova. Well, at least on my standard pack. The reinforcements package doesn't seem like whole lot of people are buying that. I don't think it really does anything that the standard pack doesn't do. You pretty much got the maximum amount of energy hard points out of the standard. The hero though, that one is kind of pretty much like a Scorch, right? It's a Marauder 2C Scorch. You can put 2 big ballistics in the arms, and you can put some energies in the torso, and you can even put in some missiles. So, like, it's pretty much a Scorch. It's kind of cool, and some people put up some good numbers in it, and I think it's kind of scary to face them up close. But usually when I'm piloting the Supernova, I'm nowhere near them, so actually I'm kind of tearing them up. This thing will be I call it a Scorch. It's called a Breaker. Uh, yeah, you will kill breakers pretty easy if they can't fight you at your range. Actually, in that match, the only 2 people who died were breakers. Anyway, so yeah, if you're watching this far, thank you for watching. It was kind of interesting making this video. I might try doing other things like it. Maybe shorter. I don't know. 20 minutes maybe a sweet spot for a Mech Warrior video. It's where most people go. Anyway, I'm gonna hit that little stop button here, and I would say have a good day. Thanks for watching.